Once upon a time, in the ancient city of Rome, there lived a man named Marcus. He was not a king or a warrior, but a simple teacher. Yet his wisdom was known far and wide. Marcus was a Stoic, a follower of the philosophy that taught people how to live with virtue, reason, and inner peace. One day, as Marcus walked through the marketplace, he overheard two men laughing and mocking him. "Look at him," one said, "always so serious as if he knows everything. What good is his philosophy if he cannot even enjoy life?" The other man nodded, adding, "Yes, he speaks of virtue, but what has it brought him? Nothing but loneliness." Marcus heard every word, but he did not react. He simply continued walking, his face calm, his steps steady. This was the Stoic way. The Stoics believed that criticism was not something to fear or fight against. Instead, it was an opportunity to test one's strength, to practice self-control, and to grow wiser. Marcus knew this well. He had studied the words of Seneca, Epictetus, and other great Stoic thinkers. They had taught him that the opinions of others were not within his control. What mattered was how he chose to respond. That evening, Marcus sat in his modest home, reflecting on what had happened. He asked himself, why did those men criticize me? Was there any truth in their words? This was another Stoic practice, examining criticism without emotion. Like a doctor examining a wound, Marcus considered their words carefully. Was he too serious? Perhaps. Did he sometimes isolate himself in his pursuit of wisdom? Maybe. But their mockery did not define him. Their words were like clouds passing in the sky, present for a moment, then gone. The next morning Marcus returned to the marketplace. The same two men were there, and when they saw him, they began whispering again. This time, Marcus walked up to them. "Good morning," he said with a smile. The men were surprised. They had expected anger or avoidance. One of them, hesitant, asked, "Did you not hear what we said about you yesterday?" Marcus nodded. "I did, and I have thought about it. If there is truth in your words, I will learn from it. If not, then your words are nothing more than wind." The men were silent. They had hoped to provoke him, but Marcus had disarmed them with calmness. This is the heart of the Stoic approach to criticism. The Stoics taught that we cannot control what others say or think about us. People will always have opinions, some kind, some harsh, but we can control how we react. When faced with criticism, the Stoic asks, "Is this useful?" If the criticism holds truth, it is a gift, a chance to improve. If it is false or cruel, it is meaningless, like noise in the streets. Epictetus, a former slave who became a great Stoic teacher, once said, "If someone tells you that someone is speaking ill, you don't defend yourself against what was said. Instead, reply. Imagine a man standing by a river. He throws a stone into the water, and the river does not protest. It does not throw the stone back. The river simply continues flowing, undisturbed. The Stoic strives to be like that river. Criticism is the stone. The mind is the water. Let the stone sink, and let the mind remain calm." Another Stoic exercise is to prepare for criticism in advance. Seneca wrote that we should spend time each morning imagining the challenges of the day, including insults and harsh words. By doing this, we train ourselves not to be caught off guard. When criticism comes, we are ready. We have already practiced our response, patience, reflection, and, if necessary, change. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor, faced constant criticism from rivals, senators, and even friends. In his private journal he wrote, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I meet today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they cannot tell good from evil." Marcus did not hate these people. He pitied them. He understood that their cruelty came from ignorance, not from wisdom. The Stoics also believed in the power of silence. Often, the best response to criticism is no response at all. Words can fuel arguments, but silence can diffuse them. If someone insults you and you say nothing, their words lose power. They expected a reaction, and when none comes, they are left standing alone, holding their anger like a heavy stone, with no place to throw it. But what if the criticism is public? What if others hear it and begin to doubt you? The Stoic answer is simple: let them doubt. The opinions of the crowd are fickle. Today they praise you, tomorrow they condemn you. A wise person does not build their self-worth on the shifting sands of public approval. Instead, they build it on virtue, on their own understanding of right and wrong. There is a story about Diogenes, a philosopher who lived in a barrel. One day, a wealthy man came to mock him, saying, "If only you learned to flatter the king, you would not have to live in poverty." Diogenes replied, "If only you learned to live in poverty, you would not have to flatter the king." The wealthy man left, humbled. Diogenes had turned the criticism back on him, not with anger, but with truth. The Stoic approach does not mean ignoring all feedback. It means sorting the useful from the useless. A good teacher listens to students who say, "I do not understand." But he ignores those who say, "Your lessons are worthless." One helps him improve. The other is mere noise. In the end, Marcus continued his life as before. Some people still mocked him, but their words no longer troubled him. He had learned the Stoic secret. Criticism only hurts if you let it. The world will always have voices, some kind, some cruel. The wise person listens, reflects, and then decides what to keep and what to let go. So the next time someone criticizes you, remember Marcus in the marketplace. Pause. Breathe. Ask yourself, is there truth here? If yes, learn. If no, let it pass like a cloud. And above all, remember the words of Epictetus. It's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. This is the Stoic way. This is the path to inner peace.